This was not your average rumor or harmless leak. This was the kind of revelation that makes your breath catch in your chest. Word just broke from a reportedly confidential medical source, and the details are nothing short of heartbreaking. During what was supposed to be a routine pediatric emergency checkup, something unexpected and deeply concerning was discovered in Chrisean Jr.'s bloodstream. This was not a simple illness or genetic issue. It was something far more serious. Reports claim a red flag substance turned up during testing, something that should not be there under any normal circumstances. And this is not the kind of news you can just brush off. Chrisean, visibly shaken but determined, made it clear she is not blind to what is going on. She is not pretending. She is not playing naive. In fact, she said she is fully ready to stand beside her child no matter what. Even if that means wearing a matching helmet if her baby ends up needing one. The gravity of the situation has left many stunned, not just because of what was found, but because of what it means. This is not a random health complication. This was not inherited. The implication: something was introduced into his little body from the outside. And that twist changes everything. What was discovered in baby Chrisean Jr.'s system was not genetic. It was something foreign and deeply concerning. Toxicology reports revealed traces of a substance typically linked to adult narcotic exposure. And now all eyes are on one person, Chrisean. The internet is in chaos, with Child Protective Services reportedly involved and fans demanding to know how something like this could happen to a baby. Screenshots are circulating, anonymous doctors are speaking out, and someone even leaked a voicemail claiming to be from a nurse familiar with the case. Just when people thought the drama had hit its peak, this may only be the beginning of Chrisean's darkest chapter. The scrutiny around her parenting has been building from the moment baby Chrisean Jr. entered the world. From hospital live streams to chaotic Instagram lives featuring baby bottles flying across the room, the concern has always been there, quiet but persistent. Fans noticed early signs: smoke near the baby, a tired expression always on his face, questions about who cared for him while she partied. Every video, every post added another layer to the growing anxiety. Even Chrisean's friends began to worry, though she clapped back online, calling critics jealous and broke. Then there's Blueface the father, who flip-flops weekly, sometimes demanding custody, and other times branding Chrisean the most toxic mother in the game. All the while, it was their child left in the middle of their explosive mess. Fans began noticing disturbing details. The baby crying in the background of live streams, looking dazed or sluggish, and even what appeared to be a white powder on his blanket in one unclear video frame. Chrisean denied every accusation, breaking down in interviews, pleading that people did not understand her struggles. But things took a sharp turn 2 weeks ago when she abruptly canceled a major interview. Her team blamed a family emergency, but sources now say she rushed Jr. to a private pediatrician after he collapsed during a coughing fit and remained unresponsive for 2 full minutes. That moment changed everything. Now a leaked medical report has confirmed a disturbing substance was in the baby's bloodstream, identified online through a single emoji. If true, this moves far beyond online drama and into the territory of a possible criminal investigation. What was dismissed as rumors is now part of a growing storm. And the leak of that report cracked open a deeper, darker truth that may have been ignored for far too long. What started as mere murmurs of unease rapidly escalated into a deeply disturbing revelation, one that threatened to dismantle Chrisean Rock's life and reputation entirely. The online community collectively held its breath when an anonymous user suddenly shared what looked like a confidential hospital record. At first, many dismissed it as just another fabricated leak, a desperate grab for attention amid the constant swirl of celebrity gossip. But as people examined the document more closely, they could no longer ignore the undeniable details. The record bore a date: July 16, 2025, only 2 days after Chrisean had rushed her son to the emergency pediatrician. The page displayed a toxicology report, clearly marked as belonging to an infant patient, and there, glaring in red font, was a finding that sent shockwaves through social media: traces of benzoylecgonine detected. For those unfamiliar with the term, benzoylecgonine is a primary metabolite of cocaine, the chemical left behind in the body when cocaine is consumed. Suddenly, the whispers turned into a roar of disbelief and horror. What had once been represented by a mere emoji, a symbol that some had shrugged off as exaggeration or misdirection, was now a refutable fact, laid bare in cold, clinical print. The implications were devastating. A baby, barely old enough to crawl, had cocaine byproducts in his bloodstream. It wasn't just a headline anymore. It was a tangible, alarming reality. The internet erupted, Twitter timelines flooded with frantic reactions, where outrage, concern, and disbelief mingled. Bloggers and fans alike debated furiously. How could this happen? Who was responsible? Calls for immediate intervention grew louder, with many demanding that Child Protective Services step in without delay. Social media was ablaze with hashtags like #JusticeForJr and #ProtectTheBaby, echoing the public's unwillingness to let this slide into silence. But beyond the public outcry, the revelation cast a harsh spotlight on Chrisean's life under the microscope. The relentless viral moments, the hospital live streams, the chaotic baby bottle throws on Instagram Live, and the seemingly non-stop drama began to take on a darker significance. Fans recalled moments when concerns were raised, the baby appearing lethargic or tired during streams, whispers of substance use nearby, and questions about who was truly watching over the child. This toxicology report wasn't just about a test result, it became a symbol of all the fears many had quietly harbored. The infant's exposure to such a dangerous substance raised urgent questions about neglect, safety, and the environment surrounding the child. It suggested that something was deeply wrong, something that went far beyond typical celebrity drama or social media feuds. In that instant, the narrative shifted from gossip to potential crisis. It forced everyone from casual followers to industry insiders to reconsider what was really happening behind the scenes. For Chrisean Jr, it was a moment that could redefine her public image and personal life, opening a Pandora's box of legal, emotional, and social consequences. What began as hushed worries had now exploded into a public reckoning, and the world was watching to see what would come next. Social media erupted. Twitter flooded with outrage, with users calling it criminal, not maternal. But as the internet unraveled, Blueface's team was already 10 steps ahead. A leaked DM from someone in his camp revealed he had contacted 2 separate family law attorneys, and while fans were still reeling from the initial report, a second page of the document surfaced, this one outlining the baby's physical symptoms: sluggishness, delayed blinking, irregular pupil reactions, signs consistent with stimulant exposure. But it didn't stop there. The pediatrician who ran the test fired within 24 hours of the leak. Rumors swirled of a clinic cover-up allegedly to protect Chrisean's high-profile status. A nurse, commenting anonymously, claimed Chrisean begged staff to keep things quiet. Even more suspicious, she reportedly didn't come alone. Witnesses described a loud, orange-haired woman, possibly a relative or caretaker, who refused to let Chrisean speak privately with doctors and allegedly tried to intercept test results. Fans suspect it may have been her cousin Wendy, while others believe she's simply someone paid to keep things quiet. But things reached a boiling point when Blueface cameras in tow pulled up to Chrisean's gate, demanding to see his son leak, papers in hand. TMZ captured it all, fueling theories that an emergency custody petition was underway. And just when the internet began to process it all, CPS got involved, confirmed by leaked voicemails from a caseworker named M. Lopez. In one gut-wrenching audio clip, Chrisean can be heard screaming, "Y'all not taking my baby?" It was no longer just scandal, it was a custody crisis playing out in real time. Then came a clip, posted by a TikTok user, from days before the hospital visit. Chrisean dances in the kitchen. The camera pans. A plastic bag and white powder sit next to her baby's bottle. Fans erupted. Was this carelessness or a pattern? Then, an unexpected voice joined the chaos. Summer Walker. She defended Chrisean with a post urging grace over judgment. But the internet was divided: compassion or condemnation. Blueface's mother added fuel to the fire, claiming she saw this coming. Meanwhile, Zeus Network began quietly removing Chrisean's content from their platform. Then yet another voicemail leaked, allegedly from cousin Wendy, warning, "Don't let them see that bag again, or the foil." And just when it seemed things couldn't get darker, a second medical facility released a statement anonymously, warning that even skin contact with substances could pose serious risks to infants. The tide shifted. It wasn't just Chrisean under fire, it was everyone around her. Her team, her inner circle, who enabled this. And then came the final blow, a screenshot from a family group chat, one chilling line. "They already took him. We don't know where." Now, the question isn't just what happened, but who was protecting the truth, and at what cost. The mystery deepens and the internet is shaking with unanswered questions. One moment, baby Chrisean Jr. was cradled safely in Chrisean's arms. The next, he vanished without a trace. No statements from Chrisean, no updates from Blueface, silence from CPS, and not a word from Zeus Network. But everyone knows what comes next when the drama hits this level. The whole industry gears up, and the celebrities start picking their sides. Who will break the silence first? The tension is palpable. And the first major move came from Blueface's legal team, who dropped a staggering announcement. They are actively pursuing full custody of their son. This development instantly raised the stakes, signaling that the conflict is no longer just a messy personal dispute, has escalated into a high-profile legal battle with serious implications for everyone involved. The fight for custody brings with it the promise of exposing hidden truths, intensifying the scrutiny, and turning the spotlight even brighter on the family's private struggles. Then, just when it seemed the drama couldn't get any more heated, Cardi B stepped into the conversation, but not by name, not with direct accusations. Instead, she used her platform to issue a powerful, cryptic message that resonated far and wide. Y'all glorify chaos until a baby's involved. Then y'all go silent. Nah, y'all not real. The tweet was a sharp critique of the public's appetite for drama when it is convenient, but their tendency to turn a blind eye when innocent children are at risk. It was a call-out without calling out enough to make people take notice and read between the lines. Within hours, Cardi's tweet exploded, amassing over 4 million views. The social media hive mind immediately connected the dots, interpreting her words as a veiled reference to Chrisean Rock and the ongoing controversy surrounding her parenting. Fans wasted no time in responding, flooding the thread with heated opinions, many condemning Chrisean for what they saw as reckless and negligent behavior. The discourse was fierce, fueled by outrage, concern, and frustration from supporters who demanded accountability, adding fuel to the fire. Cardi subtly liked 2 tweets that explicitly criticized Chrisean's parenting. This small but deliberate action sent a strong message to the internet. Cardi's post was not just a general statement about child safety, it was a pointed commentary on the unfolding saga. A nudge that stirred the pot further and validated the accusations many were whispering behind the scenes. Fans interpreted her likes as tacit approval of the criticism, which only intensified the public's scrutiny of Chrisean's choices and the environment surrounding her child. This moment marked a turning point. What started as a private family crisis had become a public spectacle, with celebrities like Cardi B leveraging their platforms to shape the narrative. It underscored how deeply invested the public and influential figures are in this saga, not just for entertainment but because of the real-life consequences for a vulnerable child caught in the crossfire. As the drama continues to unfold, eyes are now glued to see how Chrisean will respond, if at all. Will she rise to defend herself amid this barrage of public judgment? Or will the mounting pressure and legal challenges force her to step back? One thing is clear, this battle has moved far beyond social media gossip. It's now a full-blown war for custody, reputation, and perhaps most importantly, the future well-being of a child. Meanwhile, the game jumped into the conversation during an Instagram Live, defending Chrisean with a call for understanding. Y'all act like she's the first mom to go through this. I've seen women come back from worse. Let her heal. But fans weren't having it, flooding comments with warnings that this isn't about healing, the baby is in danger. They accused Blueface of exploiting the situation for his own gain, losing sight of what really matters. Nicki Minaj weighed in on Queen Radio, dropping a sharp truth bomb. If you can't raise your child right, put the camera down. Period. And just when it seemed like things couldn't escalate further, Lil Durk posted a cryptic Instagram story with the message, "Free the babies from y'all's internet clout," accompanied by a crying emoji sending shockwaves through the community. Fan reactions flooded every platform: Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Hashtags like hashtag Justice for Chris, EGR, hashtag Cocaine in the Crib, and hashtag CPS now were trending worldwide. One TikTok clip, spotlighting the plastic bag near JR's bottle, went viral with over 10 million views in 24 hours. Set to dramatic piano music and slow voiceovers highlighting red circles around suspicious items, viewers were left stunned. That baby needs a voice. This is a silent cry for help. Heartbroken comments poured in. Why hasn't anyone been arrested? The celebrity blogs went into overdrive. The Shade Room released a series of 5 posts breaking down the toxicology leak, while Hollywood Unlocked hosted a live panel featuring influencers, psychologists, and even a former child services worker debating Chrisean's future. Tasha K's YouTube expose, titled "They Found It in His Blood, Zeus Knew," racked up 1.3 million views. In less than 6 hours, she claimed to have spoken with a nurse who was fired for refusing to cover up the test results, and that a Zeus Network executive allegedly ordered the silence. This drama has transcended parenting. It's now a full-blown corporate cover-up. Fans even used AI to enhance Chrisean's leaked voicemail, isolating her voice, where she seemingly says, "Tell them, it was just my foil," sparking wild rumors and non-stop debates across podcasts, Twitter Spaces, and Clubhouse rooms. Some defend her, saying she needs support, not condemnation, especially given how the system often targets Black mothers. Others are unyielding, pointing to the evidence. A baggie by the baby's bottle isn't postpartum depression. That's danger. Zeus Network, after quietly pulling episodes featuring Chrisean, finally issued a vague statement. "We are aware of the public discussions and are conducting an internal review. We remain committed to responsible storytelling." But fans weren't convinced. #BoycottZeus began trending instantly, with subscribers sharing screenshots of cancelled memberships, condemning the network as exploitative and complicit. Then, the bombshell dropped from Angela Yee on her podcast. She read an alleged statement from Blueface's camp declaring, "We will be seeking full custody of our son effective immediately. We can no longer ignore mounting concerns for his safety." Suddenly, this was no longer just a social media feud. It was a legal battle playing out under the public eye. So, who speaks next? Will Chrisean break her silence? Or is she retreating because the truth is even darker than anyone imagined? Because the story isn't over, there's one more devastating revelation on the horizon. A secret video no one was meant to see. This clip, allegedly from the security cameras inside a luxury Airbnb Chrisean rented the night before Junior's emergency hospitalization, is horrifying. The 27-second footage shows Chrisean and clearly visibly intoxicated, stumbling through a chaotic living room while Junior lies in a carrier on the floor. Loud music blares. At one terrifying moment, Chrisean can be seen yelling into her phone, waving a foil strip and lighter, dropping it, and then sitting mere feet from the baby. Short but so crushing, this video has left viewers stunned and sick to their stomachs. And with every new piece of evidence, the question lingers: how much worse could this get? The story took a shocking turn when a burner Twitter account shared the chilling clip, captioned simply, "You can't defend this anymore." The video showed a mother putting her own baby in harm's way, sparking an immediate social media uproar. Fans flooded the internet, demanding Child Protective Services intervene, while celebrities quietly distanced themselves, unfollowing Chrisean en masse. Even Zeus Network scrubbed all clips featuring Chrisean Jr. from their YouTube channels. But this was only the beginning of the unraveling. Here's the bombshell. That luxury Airbnb wasn't booked by Chrisean herself. It was registered to a Zeus Network producer. That's right, the so-called private escape was actually a setup for filming. An anonymous crew member leaked a voice memo to a podcast host, revealing chilling instructions. "We were told to keep filming no matter what, even when baby Junior was crying and Chrisean appeared out of it. The directive was clear: the messier it gets, the better." The internet fell into a stunned silence, not from calm, but from sheer horror. This wasn't just a tale of a mother struggling. It was now a dark story about a media company allegedly exploiting a baby's suffering for views and clout. As the leaked voice notes spread rapidly, questions exploded. How long has this been going on? Was this all scripted for ratings? And what other disturbing footage remains unseen? Then, another image emerged, a still from that Airbnb's security footage. It captured a figure lurking in the kitchen, barely visible but clearly present. Fans quickly speculated the man wasn't someone Chrisean should have been around. On the kitchen counter sat a white napkin next to a small glass vial. Theories spiraled. Is this the source of the toxic substances found in Junior's system? Was this person supplying drugs? Or was the whole thing filmed deliberately, as a setup to ruin her? What we do know is that the footage is authentic. The baggie shown exists, and poor Chrisean Jr. is trapped in the middle of a nightmare far darker than anyone imagined. Now, the pressure from authorities is mounting exponentially. Rumors circulate that Child Protective Services has secured the full 2-hour security footage. And insiders whisper that charges could soon be filed not only against Chrisean but potentially against the Zeus production team and others involved. Currently, Chrisean has gone completely silent. No Instagram lives, no tweets, no stories, only a single black square posted on her page with the words, "I need time." The world watches and waits, bracing for what could be the most devastating development yet. Will the courts intervene and remove Jr permanently? Will Chrisean finally break her silence? Or could even more shocking evidence leak out next? One thing is crystal clear. This story is far from over. The next chapter promises to shake the internet harder than ever. Before That's heartbreaking saga is more than just entertainment, it's a wake-up call. When a baby's bloodstream reveals toxins no child should ever encounter. When leaked footage exposes a mother's downward spiral. And when an entire network may be complicit in exploiting that pain, silence is no longer an option. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Did Chrisean know what was happening to her son? Should Zeus Network be held responsible for filming during this crisis? Drop your thoughts below and join the conversation. This is real life, and the stakes have never been higher.